Okay, I know I'm a little late to this trend, but to be fair, I feel like if you just drop your resolutions at midnight, they're sort of unrealistic, and you need those first few weeks of the year to settle in and make a realistic evaluation, you know? So here are my 2024 ins and outs. Some of them are personal to me. Some of them I think should be adopted universally for the betterment of humanity. My first in is swimming. And I know that sounds basic, but I plan to do more swimming this year than I have in the collective past 5 years. If you watch my last In the Midnight Hour, you'll know that you couldn't get me out of the pool or the ocean or whatever when I was a kid. And then I got into my teen years, got really self-conscious, and then avoided it like the plague. But not this year. We are embracing body neutrality, and we are swimming every chance that we get. My first out is underwire bras. Sorry, nah, not doing it. Cancelled. I'm over it. I can't get through a full day without feeling like I want to rip my own skin off because I'm wearing an underwire bra. So hey, guess what? Not doing it anymore. I mean, obviously I will on certain occasions, but day to day, it's soft and stretchy all the way. I don't care. My tits are my tits. They are the shape they are. They fall the way they fall. And if that offends you, grow up. Lowering your cortisol. I am sleeping more. I am prioritizing sleep. I'm meditating. I'm not getting stressed out about stuff. I'm not doing high intensity workouts. There are ways to be fit and healthy without being indoctrinated in this rise and grind cult. And look, my hormones give me enough pressure as it is. I don't need to be piling it on. I want to walk through life with ease and tranquility, and I just want to live life as if I'm walking through a lavender field all the time. Out. Neutrals and minimalism. I'm so fucking bored of it. And I don't just mean fashion. Interior design, branding, buildings. Like, honestly, how did we go from this to this? What the fuck? Bring back the intricate stonework and colourful tiles and painting little flowers on door frames. You step outside and everyone looks the same, and it's driving me crazy. I cannot stand it. So to sort of piggyback on that, my next in is dressing up. Let me tell you, it is hard to dress up in Perth. You will get weird looks, but I'm sick of it. Out with casual wear. Hate it. Let's bring back dressing nicely just for your everyday, not just special occasions. Take pride in what you wear. My next out, agreeing with everything anyone says. I'm so scared of conflict that I will nod and say yeah to anything anyone says. And that's not a healthy way to be. I'm allowed to have my own opinions and my own thoughts, and I'm allowed to stand up for them. And there's nothing wrong with that. Heck knows everyone else talks about their opinions. Like, mine are important too. So even with customers at work, like, I don't actually have to bend down and worship the ground you walk on. If you're going to treat me like dirt, I'm allowed to give the same energy back. My next in is sobriety. I've been sober for the most part of the last 6 months, and every occasional drink I've had, I've instantly regretted it. In the morning, I just feel like shit, and this year I'm just not doing it at all. I've actually seen a lot of people talking about this, and it's really nice to see people in our age group turn around and go, actually, drinking is not worth the hype. I love going out and knowing that I'm not going to regret anything in the morning. I'm not going to feel ill. I'm not going to act like a fool and embarrass myself or think that I'm funnier than I actually am. When you do take a step back from drinking for a bit, it becomes really clear how annoying drunk people are, and how it's literally a poison in our bodies, and it's weird that we have this social culture around it. So yeah, this year not drinking a single drop. My next out is apathy. Oh, you don't care? Sorry, go away from me. No. This has been an out for me for basically my whole life, but I'm just choosing to speak up about it now. Being around apathetic people is draining, and I'm not putting up with it anymore, especially with boys. The last one I dated, it almost drove me into a mental breakdown. I just couldn't deal with it. Social interaction is draining for me, but I still show up with an incredible personality. And if you're not going to match it, if you're not going to bring something to the table, I'm out. Sorry, I get quite heated about that one. Okay, in aging. Aging is cute. Aging is natural. And aging is a privilege that not everyone gets, so let's fucking celebrate it as one. I'm not saying let's not age gracefully, you know, I'm gonna look after myself and look after my skin and wear my sunscreen, but there should never, ever be any sort of pressure to start injecting your face with shit. And anyone that is encouraging you to do so is just not a good friend. I see greys in people's hair and think it's just so fucking beautiful, because it is. And I'm so protective over my little greys that are coming through. I don't want to lose them. There are so many people that do not get the gift of aging. And I think our society's perverted obsession with youth is such a slap in the face to those souls. Out, staying in bed till the last moment. I work in retail. My hours can be a bit irregular. Sometimes I don't start till the middle of the day. I've gone into a bad habit where if I'm starting, say, at lunchtime, I think in my head, oh, that means I can sleep in longer, but I want to stop wasting those hours and live like normal life within those hours. If I start at midday, I want to have, you know, done my yoga, had a swim, had a good breakfast, read some of my book maybe, and then gone to work. Life is just simply too short. My next in is going out dancing, and literally just going out dancing for dancing's sake, like not going to a bar, getting sloshed and then deciding to go to a club, but like actually making plans to go dancing and being sober and doing said dancing. I love dancing and it makes me feel great, and I want to do more of it, and like all kinds as well. Out, and maybe I'll get some hate for this, but it's Y2K fashion. Can we please stop pretending? Please can we stop pretending that it looks good on anyone? It's ugly. Ugh. And that's all I'll say on that. Okay, in gentlemen. And I don't just mean like Reddit, milady, gentlemen, but like gentlemen without any romantic or sexual motive. I'll never forget this one time I went back to England for a couple months, and one of our closest friends took me down to see her son in the town that his university was at. And we got there and saw his accommodation, and he introduced me to one of his friends, and just in the friendliest way he said, "Hi darling, lovely to meet you," and he hugged me and gave me a kiss on the cheek, and just in the like there was no sort of flirtation in it, and it was just so nice, just so gentlemanly, and it stuck with me till today. Obviously, a few weeks ago as well, I was at my work's Christmas party, and we were chatting to this guy who worked at a different store to us, and you know, he had a girlfriend. There was no agenda there, but you could just tell he was raised to be a gentleman. You know, he let us walk in front everywhere, he opened doors. It was so nice, and it like restored my faith a little bit. It was just really refreshing. Like, why can't all men be like that? So yeah, gentlemen are back in 2024. Okay, my last out for this year is mainstream commercial radio. I'm pronouncing it dead. Put it in the morgue, done with it. Look, there's a lot of presenters that I really do love, but in terms of the music, they're just playing what the labels tell them to play, and there's no real like integrity there, and it's garbage. Have a look around, seek out your local stations, seek out the indie stations, seek out presenters that really put the time in to curate their shows and they care about it, and you know, they're giving back to the industry, like me. Tuesdays at 9 p.m. My final in for 2024, and potentially my favourite, is meandering. Meandering is back, dilly-dallying is back, perusing, it's back. For the past year, I've been reading bits and bobs about the Situationist movement, which was a philosophy movement, and one of the things they like to practice was something they called the derive, which translates to the drift, and it was a way of like exploring the city without any sort of motive or path. They would go into the city and just sort of follow their natural instinct, and they would do it for hours as this way of breaking the cycle that this world has us in. Aimless wandering, back in. And that wraps up my ins and outs for this year. Please let me know if you're going to adopt any of these, or, you know, let me know what your ins and outs are. I'm really interested in what you have to say. If this is our first time meeting, hi, I'm Anna, and if you would like to join our little gang here on YouTube, we would love to have you. And all you have to do is subscribe. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you soon.